Jesus the angel Abaddon. In the biblical book of Revelation, reference is made to a star falling from the sky. Let's look at Revelation 9:1. The publications cited as Spanish versions of the Watchtower. Revelation 9:1. The fifth angel blew the trumpet, and I saw a star fall from heaven to earth, and he was given the key to the bottomless pit. According to the Watchtower, this star is the angel Abaddon, and it is also Jesus. Something that should be highlighted in this verse is that it says that this star falls from heaven to earth. It is interesting and suspicious to see that the Watchtower does not give an explanation about what this fall from heaven to earth means in this verse, but for another star that also falls from heaven to earth it does give an explanation, and this star is that of Revelation 8, verses 10 to 11, which reads like this. 10. The third angel sounded the trumpet, and a great star fell from heaven, burning like a torch, and fell on a third of the rivers, and on the springs of water. 11. And the name of the star is Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died because of those waters, because they became bitter. And the explanation given by the Watchtower is as follows. Book Apocalypse approaches its magnificent culmination, chapter 21. Page 137. Paragraph 30. Jehovah's plagues on Christendom. 30. As we see, falling from heaven can refer to losing a lofty position and falling into ignominy. Revelation approaches its magnificent culmination, page 110, paragraph 20. Earthquakes on the Lord's day. 20. They can no longer be trusted. Its flickering light will go into total eclipse when Jehovah executes judgment. His lunar-like influence on earthly affairs will be denounced as blood-stained, deadly. Your worldly superstars will die out like meteorites in precipitation and scatter like unripe figs in the midst of a roaring whirlwind. Insight Volume 1, page 477. Sky. Darkening of the skies. The darkening of the skies or stellar bodies is often used to represent the change from prosperous or favorable conditions to gloomy prospects or conditions, such as when clouds completely dwarf light both day and night. Compare Isaiah 50:2-3-10. This use of the physical heavens in relation to human perspectives bears some resemblance to the ancient Arabic expression, his heaven has fallen to earth, in the sense that superiority or someone's prosperity has noticeably diminished. Then this interpretation must also apply equally to Revelation 9:1, since this star falls from heaven to earth. Remember that the Watchtower said for Revelation 8, verses 10 to 11. As we see, falling from heaven can refer to losing a lofty position and fall into disgrace. We could give two interpretations to the fall of this star from heaven to earth. And we could interpret it literally or symbolically. If we interpret this literally, then we would have to say that Jesus fell, literally came to earth. For society, this star fell from the sky and opened the locust abyss in 1919. Book Apocalypse approaches its magnificent culmination. Page 143. Paragraph 7. The first woe. Lobsters. But when Jehovah poured out his Spirit on his repentant servants in 1919, they swarmed out to respond to the challenge of the work they had to do. So if we apply this falling from the sky literally, so it would be to say that Jesus came in 1919, which is ridiculous, since Jesus comes after the Great Tribulation, and he said that no one would know the date of his coming. Matthew 24, verses 29 to 31. So let's apply it symbolically according to what for the Watchtower it is to fall from the sky. As we see, falling from heaven can refer to losing a lofty position and falling into disgrace. Does Jesus lose his lofty position and fall into disgrace sometime after he ascended to heaven in the 1st century? Of course not. That's totally ridiculous. That is why this interpretation that Jesus is the angel Abaddon lacks biblical foundation and is flimsy and doubtful. Even there are texts that refer to stars that fall from the sky, and this fall is literal and refers to stars that are bad. For example, Revelation 12:3-4. 3. Another sign also appeared in heaven. Behold, a great scarlet dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on its heads 7 diadems. 4. And his tail dragged a third of the stars in the sky, and threw them to the earth. And the dragon stood in front of the woman who was giving birth, in order to devour her child as soon as he was born. How we see these stars are the angels that Satan takes with him, his henchmen. Besides Jesus, it is said that he is coming or descending. It is not said that he falls to earth. Therefore, it is clear that Jesus is not the angel Abaddon.